They have taken over my house. They are on shelves, windows, everywhere. They are my seedlings, but I am happy they are here. I had shown you my grow room, which is upstairs with grow lights and everything, but I have never shown you this room where it's like an enclosed porch. It's not heated, so it's pretty cold in here, but I can use this room as a transition between the house, which is warm, and the outdoors, which is cold as of now. It's like 10 degrees today and snowing. So these seedlings were started under the grow lights upstairs in warmth, and after I transplanted them in these bigger cups, I brought them into this transition room. And I have some kales in here, also some calendula. Look how cute it is, a little tiny baby calendula. Next week we're supposed to get warmth again. It will be like in 60 degrees, and hopefully today is the last snow of the season, because I am planning on transplanting these kales and calendulas into the garden next week. They are cold tolerant, so I'm hoping they'll do just fine. And this is baby Swiss chard, yellow Swiss chard. Now on this shelf over here I have some fenugreek. I shouldn't have started fenugreek so early because it is a warm loving plant, but what I'm going to do now is to just pinch the tops to promote branching and use those leaves in my cooking. And this is Callaway golden chamomile, which I got from Bakery Creek. It's a perennial chamomile. I'm excited to grow it this year. And here's the mix of different seedlings. There is dill, which I had been pinching already and using in my cooking. There is also some lettuce. This is a black-eyed Susan, which is also a perennial flower. Also there is endive that looks so cute, and it's starting to grow and get more mature, so now would be a perfect time to start planting them outside. Then on the top shelf of this structure I have some pansies which I had transplanted into bigger containers. Also there are bachelor buttons over here in these cups, some more Swiss chard, and more calendula in here. I had planted like 4 different varieties of calendula this year that I have never tried before. On the other side of the room, on the other window, I have lettuce growing, and there are a few varieties over here. So that was the romaine lettuce. This one is called Solar Flare. I think I need to start picking these outer leaves to promote more growth and give them some room, because they are starting to get bigger, and the lower leaves, if I don't pick them, they will just get damaged when I try to transplant them in the garden. And on the top of this shelf I have a ton of peas. I had planted like 10 different varieties. I don't know what I'm going to do with all of these peas. I need to start getting it into the garden as soon as possible because it started to get tangled. So that's it for this cold room with no lights. Now let me show you what's going on under the lights upstairs. So these are my nasturtiums that I had potted up just a few days ago. They are getting so big, same as these fava or broad beans that I planted just a couple of weeks ago. They had grown a lot and ready to be transplanted. So in few days I will take them into the garden. Broad beans are the only beans you can grow early in the spring when there is still cold nights and even chance of frost. They can handle that. I also have some tomatoes that I transplanted already into bigger cups and bigger modules. Tomatoes will not go into the garden anytime soon, approximately 6-7 weeks From now they will go into the garden, but before that I'll transition them in that cold room. It'll be warmer by then, and then I'll take them outdoors. Same as my petunias. These are little baby petunias, which are also cold sensitive. That means they are not going into the garden anytime soon. And these are stock flowers. I have transplanted some of them already into bigger cups, but these are waiting for their turn. And over here I have a mix of different flowers and veggies. So I have chervil over here sprouting. Then this is edible chrysanthemum. Then this is rose mallow that I got from Brampton Gardener from Canada. This is a beautiful flower and I'm so happy to grow it. And this is that chrysanthemum I was telling you about. This is cilantro and I also have some peppers and parsley growing in here, and a little bit of pansies. I believe this is Victorian pansy, which is supposed to be very beautiful. On the next shelf, I have some eggplants growing happily in here. Also, there are more tomatoes, and some of them are doing better than the others. I need to transplant them sometime soon. There is also sweet pea in here, which I'm supposed to start pinching sometime soon, but not all of them had sprouted, just some. There are also quite a few California poppy seedlings, which should be up potted. And these peppers also need potting up, and I have to divide them because some of these cells have like 2-3 peppers. Also, I'm so happy that my sweet potato is finally growing slips. It took like about a month or so for it to start growing. Another exciting thing is my Turkish rocket. Remember I had a video about perennial vegetables? Turkish rocket is a perennial arugula that I'm really excited to grow. Also, I am growing some Walla Walla onions. These are those stock flowers that I had potted up. Stock flowers and onions can tolerate some cold, so I am planning to taking them out into that transition room downstairs so they can get used to cooler temperatures before I take them out. And then over here I have some tomatoes. So I'm growing Tropical Sunset this year, which is beautiful orange bright tomatoes. There is also San Marzano, which is one of my favorite tomatoes. It's a great sauce and paste tomato, heirloom Italian. In the next week or so I also need to pot up these peppers. There is so many different varieties over here. I am growing hot peppers and sweet peppers. Also, I just transplanted a couple days ago this beautiful perennial cauliflower or broccoli. I don't know even how to call it. It's a 9-star perennial broccoli, but it looks like cauliflower. Some of the peppers that I had transplanted earlier really took off and are looking very healthy and good. Pretty soon I will have to start pinching the tops, which is called topping off. I also have some eggplants growing in here happily. Good company. And the varieties are long purple eggplant and jalapeno peppers. There is also Best Boy tomato, large red cherry hot pepper, also baby tatsoi in here, and some serrano peppers there in the back. I really like serrano peppers, that's why I planted more of them than any other peppers. Also, I have some gold medal tomato here, black from Tula tomato, and old German, which is my favorite slicer tomato. I had also planted Snapdragons, and they are growing really nice. I think I need to start topping them off, pinching the tops so they can start branching out. They have already, some of them, started doing that. And if I pinch the tops, I think it will help them to do even more. Snapdragons are also cold tolerant. They love cold. That's why I need to start bringing them into the cold room and then outdoors, because I want them to start blooming soon. I can't wait for the spring so I can plant all of these seedlings outside. How about you? Are you ready for spring?